How to transform data using Coupler to build a clean Overdues reminder app using Glide. That's what we are going to look at today. Welcome back to my Glide Apps series where I talk about interesting business applications built with Glide Apps. In this video, we are going to talk about how to transform data using Coupler to build a clean Overdues reminder app using Glide. Let's go. So, a quick look at the source data. So, this is a log of all the invoices that I have raised for all my customers for my factory. So, you can see there are a number of invoices. Some of them have been paid, some of them are not due yet, and some of them are overdue. These are highlighted with using these orange formatting, right? So I don't need all these rows in my Glide app. So what I've done is I've used an app called Coupler. If you are new to Coupler, Coupler is a SaaS application that allows you to take data from one source, transform it, and dump it to another source. So in this case, I'm using Coupler to take data from a source Google Sheet, transform it in the sense that I'm filtering it, I'm rearranging the columns, I'm adding additional columns, and things like that, and then dumping that transform data into a simpler Google Sheet, which I'm going to use to showcase this use case inside Glide. So, a quick recap, this is my source data with all the real information about the customers of my factory. This is Coupler, where I read data from the sales register, transform it, filter it, add a few columns, sort it, and or maybe remove some columns that I do not need, and then eventually dump it to this separate sheet called sales overdues reminders. In this sheet, I have changed the names of uh, the parties since I did not want proprietary information to be visible. I have recreated the firm party key that I was taking care of in Coupler. For example, in Coupler, I'm creating a new column called firm dash party, which is a combination of the firm name and the name of the party. I'm also I'm also checking if any of those invoices are overdue. And then using this overdue field under filters, and the filter is that balance is more than zero and overdue equals one. So from 456 records to just 80 records in this case, let's say. This is what I am filtering my original list to. And then I'm going to use this transform data as the source data for my Glide app. Now, before that, I've used a unique formula here to list all unique combination of party and firm in a single place. And I'm also going to use this tab here in my Glide app. So now a quick overview of the Glide app. So this is my list of customers. For each customer firm pair, I have a list of invoices where I have listed the invoice date, the invoice number, and the amount for that particular invoice. When I go into the details of this particular item, I see all the details nicely laid out. If I click the send WhatsApp button, it will open a dialog box in WhatsApp if I'm using it on my phone, or in the WhatsApp desktop application if I'm using it on a desktop. Similarly, if I go to another customer, I can select any of these. So in this case, let's say Casper, there are just two invoices. The overdue amount is 97,695. I click send WhatsApp. It will open a dialog box inside WhatsApp desktop or WhatsApp phone number, and you can select the name of the person who you want to send this message to. It looks unformatted here in this particular screen, but trust me, this is all formatted. Now a quick look at the backend as to how this is set up. So I have two tabs originally. One is the overdues tab, which is the output of coupler, and the other tab is the name of the parties, which is the tab where I am finding unique combinations of firm names and party names. I've created relationships between the parties tab and the overdues tab, which is described here. Let me hide this. I don't need to show this relation. By the way, this is a very cool feature. Now you can hide column names inside Glide. So using that relation, I'm pulling the name of the party, name of the firm. I'm using roll up columns to count the number of unpaid invoices for a particular combination, also the amount that is unpaid. For each combination, I'm also pulling look invoice line items, which is the date, the invoice number, as well as the amount for each invoice. This is again done using a lookup column. I'm then using this data column, which is a join list and uses the previous field that I just talked about. All the line items, they are separated by a new line character. Then I also have a sample tab, which is char9, and I have added column headers. So date, tab, invoice, tab, and amount. And I'm going to replace every occurrence of the word tab with an actual tab character in my formatted data. This is then the complete message. Firm name, party name, the total amount. I have included these stars so that this amount appears bold when I send it in WhatsApp. Then I have headers and then data. So you know where all these data points they are coming from. So firm is the firm name, which is this. Party is the party name, which is this. Amount is roll up unpaid amount, which is this. Data is uh, the column that we talked about a few minutes ago, where I am formatting the line items with a new line character. And then there is also column headers, which is just this particular uh, data or column. Then this forms the complete message. As you can see, this is what this is going to look like when I hit the send WhatsApp button inside the app. And then I am encoding the message very quickly. I'm going to hide this because we don't really need the encoded column. And then we also have, then finally we have the WhatsApp URL, which is me just appending the text message using the text parameter. But this is the quick overview of how things are laid out. As you can see, I can hide tab as well. I can hide column header. URL is just fine. Uh, Even if I have hidden columns, I can still use them in my components in the front end. So nothing to worry about. The purpose of hide columns is just to hide any column that does not add any value to your Glide app development process. So that is why I've hidden most of those fields. Here on the front end, it's the configuration is very simple. I just have a collection which is the list of parties. In this component, I've shown the party name, I've shown data, I've shown firm name. There's no image, and it's a very simple layout. For actions, I've added the send WhatsApp button here as well. So if you open the web layout, you can see the WhatsApp button right in this particular screen as well. You don't have to go to the detail screen to hit the WhatsApp button. Coming back, I can still go and look at the details. So as you can see, the layout does not appear as appealing in the web layout. If you choose the mobile layout, it looks a lot nicer. So if you hit this send WhatsApp button, it is going to open a dialog box in your WhatsApp desktop client or your mobile phone. and all you have to do is select the person and send that message to them. So that was a quick overview of how to build a payment reminder app or an overdues reminder app for customers. Um, because my order data resides in a completely different Google Sheet, I have to read data from that Google Sheet and dump it into a sheet uh, where I can mess with that data. I do not want to mess with the original data. That is why I'm using a tool like Coupler, which can read that data on a set schedule every morning. So, for example, for this particular configuration, yeah, I'm reading the data from the source sheet and dumping it to the target sheet every day at 6 a.m. And the data is replaced completely in that particular sheet. If you have any questions or feedback, please leave them in the comment section below. If you need help with your Glide apps, links to my expert profile and my Calendly booking page are mentioned in the video description below. If you'd like to purchase my templates, a link to a collection of all my Glide apps templates is also mentioned in the video description below. Thank you so much for watching and staying till the end. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.